The question is, how much time do I spend trying to stay in that, at the top of any Google search, there's three basic sections. There's your ads, where your pay-per-click stuff is. There's Google Maps, where it's going to show a list of a couple of places that are responsive to whatever your search is, and then there's the organic listings below. So the question is how much time I spend doing that. I don't spend any of my time doing that. I am a huge believer in outsourcing because there are people who do nothing but that will do it infinitely better than I ever could or would. So I don't spend any of my time personally doing that. What I do have is somebody who handles my website, and a huge part of their job is making sure my site is always appearing in those places, not because I'm paying them, but because they keep my site optimized to do the things that Google is looking for. I have very high load speeds on things. I have tons of video on it. The coding is all very favorable to Google's searches, etc. But I don't do any of that myself. I am a huge believer in outsourcing because the question is that, could I do it myself? Yeah, I could, but is that the highest and best use of my time? Not really, right? I bill my time at $300 an hour. I'm considering giving myself a raise, but I haven't pulled the trigger on that yet. But that's what I bill my time out at. I can pay somebody $750 a month who's an expert to get that 100% right 100% of the time, something that I could not possibly do in 2.5 hours a month, right? So.
I'll tell you what, I'll give you a $400 credit.
Well, thank you. I appreciate that. Did that answer your question, though? Yeah. Okay. Anybody else? Yes.
Regarding the videos, who we get to shoot them? We have our professional videographers, marketing firms.
Great question. I use professionals. The folks that I use is the CIA Media Group. I think they just recently updated their name, but the CIA Media Group is who I go through. Do you have to use somebody like that? No. My first videos were shot on my iPhone, and there's an app called iMovie that I use to edit them. iMovie is really, it's so easy, I could use it. And you can do all sorts of things from cutting and editing to adding what are called lower thirds, which is like when you have like verbiage come at some point on there, etc. It's super duper easy to use, and it's really easy to get started doing it. So what I would do is I have this, it's like this little mini tripod that has like a clamp thing. I put my iPhone on it, hit start, pointed at me as I'm sitting at my desk, and I talk about something. Just like I was saying before, I'm frequently asked the question, should I talk to my insurance company immediately after an accident? And then I go on and I answer whatever that question is, and then I'll hit stop and I load it into iMovie and I can do the editing, etc. And then I can just upload it onto a YouTube channel, Facebook, LinkedIn, whatever other sites you're using. Instagram is becoming a bigger one. I personally have not found Twitter to be especially productive, but opinions vary on that. But that's what I did to start off with, right? Because version 1 is better than version none, right? And video can be very expensive. Getting the right folks in place, suggestions that I have: if you're gonna work with somebody to help your video, you want somebody who's not gonna just shoot one video and then is out. Video is a marketing plan. So it's not something that you just have one video and that's it. I've got my video and everything's going to be all well and good. That one video, will it help on Google? Yeah, it'll help on Google. But it's not going to do all the stuff that you want. You need a comprehensive video marketing plan in place. So finding somebody who can be that strategic partner is something that's really important for me. And I get more comments, more of my clients mention my video marketing than almost anything else. And again, it comes back to the fact that these folks are getting to know me through the video process. So, and it's, again, it's just a great way of multiplying my time, because once I shoot a video, there's any number of services that can transcribe it. Rev.com, if you're going to shoot your own videos, send it to them. They'll transcribe it for you. Now you have a blog post that you can put out, because all this stuff is based on keeping new and fresh content in place. Everybody, thank you so much for having me here this morning. I really appreciate everybody's time. I'm out of it, so I'm going to sit down, but I'm going to be around for a little bit, so if anybody has any other questions, come up and talk to me. I'd love to chat with you. So thank you.